Praise the Lord, everyone. This is Evangelist Walesa Norris, and I am coming to you guys today with my message of today. First, I just want to say happy Father's Day to all the dads out there that are being a part of their kids' life, that are doing what they need to do for their kids, showing their love, their support, showing up for them, right? Because we need a lot of great dads out here, and I have seen a lot of great dads just passing through on social media from people I know and don't know, being that support system and that father figure that a lot of kids need to see. And another thing I want to say is happy Father's Day to Abba Father, right? Creator of heaven and earth and everything on the earth, in between the earth, under the sea, and in the heavenly realms. So thank you, Abba Father, for being a great father to all of your creation. I do recognize your blessings and your blessings and just your wisdom and everything in my life, and I do see your hand in my life. So I just want to say thank you, Abba Father. Now, with that being said, I want to speak on my message for today. And my message of today is don't forget to be merciful, right? We do know the Bible tells us in Hosea, right, if you are a Bible reader, that God desires mercy over sacrifice. And what is mercy, right? Mercy is just being kind, being compassionate, being understanding, right? No matter what race a person is, what color a person is, if you see people in need of help, maybe they need encouragement, maybe they need someone to show up for them, maybe they need someone to buy them something to eat, just something to show that kindness and show that you are a good person, especially the people of God. Now, I get this from the book of Luke, right? I was reading in the parables, right? And God was saying the parables of the Good Samaritan. It was this man, right? He was traveling, going from one state to another state, right? But he got caught in a confrontation with a bunch of robbers, right? They beat him, they attacked him, and they left him for dead. Now, he wasn't dead, right? But he was beaten real terrible. It was three people that passed by him, right? One was a priest, right? He saw the man on the ground beaten and left for dead, looking terrible, and need of help. He crossed over to the other side, right? Like, I'm not getting in that. It was a Levite man that saw this man laying on the ground in need of help. He crossed over to the other side. But the Good Samaritan, right, he wasn't part of the church or anything like that, right? He just had a good heart and knowing that it don't matter who a person is, right? If you see a person that's in need of help and I'm able to help, I'm going to help them. So he helped the man, right? He took him to a hotel. He paid for his room, right? He paid for him to get something to eat. And he also paid for them to take care of him for a few days while he was gone, right? So God was telling the man who asked Jesus, the lawyer who asked Jesus, who is my neighbor? Jesus said, who do you think out of these three men is a good neighbor, right? And it was the Good Samaritan, who didn't have nothing to do with religion or spirituality, right? It was just on his heart. If you see anybody in the need of help and you're able to help them, then I'm going to help them and show them kindness. So Jesus told the lawyer at the time, right, be like that man, the Good Samaritan, right? Go do that to others. Now, we do know that it is some people out there, right, take your kindness for weakness, right? Some people look at your kindness as it's a way to get over until they need your kindness, right? So I'm not saying be foolish, right? You still want to be a kind person and show up how you can, whether that's in word or in deed, but you want to use discernment, right? If you know you have reached out and helped certain people or different people at one time or another, and you don't have it to give, or you're kind of weak in your faith, or you're going through problems, right, then you're not expected to overdo it, right? But you want to give what you can, even if that's a kind word, even if that's a prayer, right? But if you have something to give to someone in need, if they're crossing your path, you want to do that. Now, another thing I want to speak on, where God is talking about merciful and being kind and compassionate and understanding, it's in the wisdom chapter, right? It's in the book of Proverbs. God say in Proverbs 11, right, A merciful man, which is a kind person, right? They do good for themselves, because you never know when you're going to need that good hand, that good word, those prayers that you send out or you do for other people back, because we all go through different things, right? And the tables does turn. We all have to experience life at different points in time or another. One day we up, the next day we down, right? So don't forget to be kind, because God said when you be kind, right, to a person in need of help, it don't matter what they do in their life or what type of life they are living, right? If they come across your path, whatever kind act or thing you can say to encourage them or let them know that they can do better, or you can help them, right? And God said do it, because a kind man, a merciful man, do himself a favor, but a cruel man only harm himself, because he just never know when it's going to be his turn to go through problems and how much he's going to need kindness. But if he haven't given out kindness, he took kindness for a joke, right? Or that wasn't the way he wanted to be or she wanted to be at the time when they seen people in need, they seen people suffering, they seen people needing some type of encouragement, but they laughed at somebody downfall, or they found it humorous to see somebody going through things, right, and in need of help, and they did not offer a helping hand. God says a cruel man only bring harm and hurt to himself, because he's going to go through that same pain and different things one day, right? He just never knows it. So a merciful man, God says that he acknowledges, he honors, and he blesses, right? If you are merciful, if you are kind, right, to a person. Now again, like I said, you want to use discernment. You don't want to be foolish with your kindness, right? But you want to always keep a kind heart and be willing to help or encourage somebody, or at least pray for somebody. We do know that the Bible also tells us, right, that one have entertained angels and don't even know it. We do know, if you are a Bible reader, right, God himself has came in disguise, along with angels have came in disguise in certain times and certain cities and across different people path, disguised as someone in need of help, just to see if you're going to help them. If you help them, right, you passed your test and got blessed. If you conversated with them, right, you didn't look down on them, right, you tried to help them, those people got blessed. But those who looked down on them, thought that they was going to attack them, right, they found out the hard way. We see that with Lot, right, when God sent the angels to go save Lot from Sodom and Gomorrah. They didn't know that these people was angels, right? They were so terrible and evil and wicked, they decided, we don't care who they is, we're going to attack them. They was planning on raping them and doing everything, right? The angels said, what? Never mind, Lot, y'all hurry up and go ahead. How it's not about to go how they think it's finna go, right? They didn't know that these was the angels of the Lord. So we never know when God sent people across our path in disguise, in need of help, in need of encouragement, in need of prayer. So we don't want to overlook them or look down on them, right? Because God is trying to see the kindness check. Are you going to be kind? Are you going to be understanding? Are you going to show compassion? Are you going to at least pray for them if you don't have anything to give? So that is my message for today. Don't forget to be merciful. God bless.